Hello. Today we're going to have a pick a card reading, and it's going to be about his thoughts, feelings, and intentions. My name is Angelina. Please subscribe and like this video. And if you are interested in getting a personal reading, you can contact me on my Instagram. Okay. So we're going to have 3 picks. I'm going to also pick some oracle cards just for messages. The overall messages here. Pile number 1. All 2 cards are coming out in pile number 2 and pile number 3. Okay. Take your time if you need to meditate on this. Whatever you need to do while I'll be shuffling this. Okay, so we're just gonna look into your situation, see his feelings, thoughts, and intentions. Okay, hopefully you had time to pick, so we are starting with pile number 1. Okay, so our oracle message here is express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. So this leads me to believe that one of you or both of you are waiting for that expression, for that gesture. There could be an activity. You guys could be in some form of stagnation where you haven't been talking. You're both waiting. Looks like here we have a queen, which would be the female here, you, that cut them off, is not being responsive, or there could be like some form of blockage, an end, like you put a stop, you put an end to this connection. And it could be that he is waiting for you to reach out. He's waiting for you to make a move, which is very interesting and a very passive position that he has here. So he did come out as the King of Cups. So I think that what he's showing me here is he's telling me like, oh, I've lived through life. I have done so many things. He could have even been communicating those things to you. I've done it all, or I've been around the world, or Yeah, it's kind of like I've been around the world is almost like the phrase that I hear. Like I've seen it all, I've done it all. I want to take my time. I want to take my time, and I want to move towards building with someone in a relationship that is stable, but at the same time, it's very concise, very particular, very forward, very direct. And he thinks that he has done actions to show you that he wants to be in a relationship with you. But you are not liking his approach. You're not liking his approach, his behavior, a certain situation. Like you didn't like something. There's something about lack of... Okay, so I think that there's you don't like lack of ownership, lack of responsibility, lack of seriousness. We got the Emperor card. So you don't like that he's not an emperor, which that could be someone who is not stepping up, is not doing his part, is not being the full wholesome man that you're looking for. Why is he... Okay, so he's just worried. Okay, he's just worried that it's not something that you want, and he's worried that he's worried that it's going to be hard to put work into... This is a very interesting situation. He feels that you might not be ready. He feels that it might be something that is hard for you to do. And at the same time, I see a strand of him trying like what he wants from you is not what he has done in the past. There's like a breakage of a pattern. There's a transformation. So it's almost like this person has lived his life and had a certain type of relationships, and now with you, he wants a different relationship. He wants a serious relationship. He wants a serious relationship. He wants, let's see. Yeah, he wants to destroy his old habits or old ways where he only... Yeah, he wants some form of stability. Like he wants an equal exchange. He wants how it was, how it started, and he wants that love. He doesn't want to give more than he doesn't want to give more than you give. This is another very important thing, because I think that we have with this person a past trauma where he overgave into a relationship. And I think that this is the whole influence of our whole reading for this pick. This is the main message that we are getting here, is expression of someone's love. There's difficulty and there are barriers in how someone expresses their love, because we have here a thread of past trauma that has to do with giving more than receiving. So this person could have overgave, didn't get what he was wanting in return. It could have been a repetitive pattern that happened. So it's very hard to express something because he doesn't want to, so he just kind of withdraws. He doesn't want to pursue someone who won't pursue him back. He will go and, okay, so let's ask this. If you pursue him, what will happen? What will be the reaction? What will it be like? Well, he's gonna really like it, and he's going to ask you to get out and do something fun. You'll definitely get this man to see you in a way where he will receive the message, okay, she does want me. What is he feeling towards you? Oh my God, all of this. Okay. Yeah, he feels like you stepped back, you're not really expressing your feelings. He doesn't really know what you feel. He doesn't really understand you. You might be very hard to read. You might, okay, well, how about we do this? How does he see you? Someone very strong, someone who has opportunity, someone who also can be self-destructive, flow in your masculine energies. You can do things and say things to get your way. You have manipulative strands. It could be hard to handle you. You're not a simple, structured person. You could be very complicated to him. I'm not saying to everyone. You have your ambitions, you have your wants, there's value in you, but the emotional work that you two have between you is meant to teach you something, and this is a good lesson for both of you. Okay, how he sees you is someone who's definitely has potential. You have a lot of everything that you can offer, that you can bring to the table. But he thinks that you're very, very difficult to handle. You're not an easy individual. Like, you're not an easy character. You are very, very smart. He sees you as someone who's an overthinker, someone who's very smart, very calculated, very yeah, I mean, just someone who's someone who just goes after and has a lot to offer, but someone who's also very complex, a very complex individual. Yeah, he wants you to come to him and tell him about your feelings and transform he wants you to decide what you want, just and communicate it. Okay, interesting. So he just basically wants you to decide what you want and communicate that. He doesn't want you to be selfish. Okay, but yeah, he's feeling a little guarded. A little guarded. Let's see how he feels. How does he feel towards you? Okay, wow, we have 10 of Cups. He feels like he could build with you. He feels like you may not be ready for what he wants. He definitely has feelings towards you that are more rational and more guarded. He definitely has feelings. He feels like he wants to be with you. He feels like he wants to build with you. He wants to have fun with you. He also feels like you're perhaps not ready, and you're not in a place where you're ready to commit to him and truly work on the relationship the way that he sees it and he envisions it and wants it. Okay, so what if there's no contact currently, or very little, or let's see his intentions. What is his, well, destiny? There will be a circumstance, a situation where you're going to reach out to him. And when that happens, I think that he's going to take that as an opportunity to talk to you. Okay. Yeah, so something like that. It's a very interesting pick because we definitely see clearly that this man has serious intentions, but it's almost like it's very new to him. Whatever he's trying to build with you, like he hasn't done before. And he also feels like you are not ready. But he definitely wants it. So there's like this whole confusion. And the overall message here is to express yourself, to be clear, to communicate what it is that you want, and be very positive and optimistic about the outcome. because we definitely have some great cards coming up here for future potential, for being together, for transforming whatever situation you have and actually starting a family. That's kind of the overall message. Okay, well, that was pile number 1. Now pile number 2. Okay, so the oracle cards that we get here is it is safe for you to love. Keep an open mind. So open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. The soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. So here I get a very clear message with these 2 cards that this is a person, first of all, there's some difficulty of you understanding each other. There may be some very great, very prominent differences between the 2 of you. I think that one or both of you is either convinced that the other person or yourself is not opening up. So you might have conversations like, oh, well, you should do this my way. And I see there's a lot of reflection going on in here, because things that your partner may be communicating to you may be things that are already in him, that he has been working on, but he still falls back in some not safe patterns and non-healthy patterns. Okay, so this could be, talking about a way that you think about being in a relationship and the way he thinks being in a relationship are 2 different things, and you guys clash. You clash because you 2 want different types of relationships, and he's trying to say, or you're trying to say, it's okay, like, just try it my way, and you're both doing the same thing. So I get a feeling of a lot of very reflective, selfish, and manipulative ways that are coming through here, in just to be able to convince the other person, when in reality, both of you are guilty of the same thing, if that makes sense. Like, you both should focus on you, but instead of focusing on opening up yourself, you are seeing only what the other person is not doing, when you're both in reality at fault. So yeah, manipulations, we definitely, I saw them. As a result, this is closing you off. This relationship has a lot of difficulty, but it's almost like you had to go through this. You had to experience this. Right now, it's in a very non-clear state. It's in a very non-clear, like you're not really understanding. But at the same time, there's clear feelings between the both of you. Yeah, he's going to offer something to you. He's going to come and tell you, apologize, or maybe like say, ask you out on a date. Talk about how, things that he said in the past, how he Yeah. Okay. So he's gonna offer you something. So that's the good news. He's gonna come and basically talk about his love, his feelings. Yeah, you two are kind of bound by some kind of a strand of destiny. Like it's an experience for you to experience how both people can be selfish and reliable at the same time. You're closed off towards this man. Okay. Let's see how he feels about you today. Okay. Before we look into how he feels about you today, you feel like it's not safe to love him. You feel like it's not safe to be in this relationship. You feel like there's a lot of destruction and it's emotionally volatile. It feels very unstable and insecure. Well, on his end, he feels like he wants to choose you. He is currently staying to himself and not really doing anything. But he definitely is choosing you. He's interested in you. He wants to start over. He wants to love you. He wants to be with you. He wants to end those bad times and move towards a very serious, stable relationship. He wants exclusivity. He wants to be with you and only you. He wants to exclusivity, but at the same time, you know what he's not ready for? He still wants to do things that will benefit him. I'm not really seeing, yeah, in a selfish way. So whatever he wants is something that will benefit him, not necessarily to be with you because he's ready to take you as a responsibility. He wants it to be something that benefits him. Yeah, he's a little upset at how you guys are going, or a situation that happened. He's upset at you. He's a little apprehensive as far as like how this is going to move forward, how this is going to continue. So let's go ahead and see how it will continue and what will happen. Like, what are his actions? What will happen in general with you two? Okay, so what are his intentions first? Well, his intentions are to fight for you, to fight for your connection. Overcome the obstacle of what he deems and sees you as difficult, uncompromising, and that's his view of you. He almost feels like, oh, she doesn't know better, you know, and you could be in this situation even more aware, even more evolved. You could see this whole situation better than him, but in his head, he thinks that he does, and you just don't know better. And the reason for certain actions that you have is not because you are reactive to how unreasonable he is. No, it's because you just don't know better, and he needs to show you. So he wants to fight for a connection that you two have, which is part of your destiny, to be tied to this person, at least for, you know, this amount of time, or for, you know, to bring this clarity to your confusion, and to maybe point out some of your selfish ways. People come into your life to point something out, and I think here it's kind of like lifting the veil of showing you how being delusional about how you see something and how it's reality, and as a result being manipulative. Because I think that here we have a woman that has worked really hard on her personal development. You have really worked and looked into different things, different methods, different types. You might be really active and wanting to grow personally, which you have done. You definitely have grown. You have mentally evolved as a human, which made you emotionally richer. Now, there's still a veil of something that is not wholesome, and in your destiny to be shown how to be in a partnership, how to be in a long-term commitment. And I think that here it's showing you through this person, through these situations, not because it's reflective, you see it in him. You may see how in the past you have acted in a similar unreasonable way. And this is helping you understand. This is also teaching you how you can set your boundaries, how you can see through certain things, certain instincts, certain manipulations, and cut certain words. Do not allow people to treat you the way that you're not meant to be treated from the get-go, not waiting to kind of like spiral and and you know, like getting out of control, cutting it early on. Okay, now let's see, in general, will you two be together? Will you two reconnect? Will you two, what's in your future? Right. Okay, so a lot of different options. I'll say that right away. Okay. There's a lot of emotion here. There's a lot of emotion. I mean, the cards that we're getting, you know, love and connection and feelings and an overwhelming amount. I think that in this pile, we have an overwhelming from one or both parties. Your man here could be really into you to the point where he's losing his mind. And he feels like, you know, it's not safe for him maybe. So he's blaming you and saying that you don't think it's safe. So it's like reflective. There's a lot of like smoke and mirrors here. And when I say that, I mean that things that are communicated to you are not always what they seem and what they are. And it could be, if you look like beyond that and scoop that first layer off underneath it, there may be something completely different. But there's a lot of feeling, a lot of emotion, a lot of frustration, and like, if you're not feeling all that, he is. And, you know, both of you feel unjust, okay? Feel like it's not fair. What happened is not fair. What's happening is not fair. There's manipulation, destruction, lies, betrayal. Like you guys feel like it's just not fair. It's not right. Okay, so what's gonna happen with you two's relationship? Will you reconnect? Okay. You will reconnect. You will reconnect. There's a lot of guarding and the man here is coming out as an emperor, and he clearly tells me that he wants you. There could be like a couple of different ways. But you know what I'm seeing? Ultimately, it's up to you, the female here, whether you guys are going to reconnect or not. If you say, I'm done, you will be done. But he's definitely going to be heartbroken. He has serious intentions. He sees you as someone that he really wants. Yeah. He's bitter. I feel bitterness. I feel like almost like he's gonna threaten you. He's going to say like no. He's gonna present you with like certain situations that could be a huge turnoff for you. But at the same time, it's all going to come from a place because he wants you and he wants to be with you and he wants that stability. He almost is saying like he doesn't want you to be with anyone, any other man. He wants to have you for himself. And he's gonna try and like accomplish that somehow. That's what he's gonna try and do. Yeah, very manipulative. He's gonna try and fight for you. Okay. So somehow he's gonna try and get you. Somehow he's gonna try and reach out to you. And ultimately it's going to be up to you to decide whether you want to continue this connection or not. And it's up to you to make that decision and evaluate everything that you have going on with him and if it's worth it or not. Hear his arguments. At this point in time, it's showing me that it's up to you to decide and make that decision. That was number 2. We're moving on to number 3. Okay, so unrequited love, there's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. This is a dwindling connection, a dwindling relationship, one that is slowly fading. It's a fading connection. It's something that is, where both people are moving on. Both people are looking at other options, looking to build with someone else. Lack of action, lack of moving towards each other, just kind of like two people that are almost moving on from one another. Now there's like everyone is kind of to themselves. I will say that there are certain things that both people here don't want, but I do see that at one point you did have a lot of potential and a lot of feelings towards each other. The man here, we have a King of Cups, which is kind of like a player vibe, but in a very loving way, in a very stable way. So, something about this man has felt very secure and very like everything that you've been wanting, and at the same time very, very difficult. What does he feel towards you? He feels like there's lack of clarity. He feels like he understands what you want, and what you demand is justice in your relationship. You want stability, you want seriousness, you want him stepping up and doing the right things. Maybe he also feels like you're moving too fast. Okay. And you're very, very difficult and argumentative. So you want like everything right away, and you're very intense. You demand things very intensely in an intense way. You're not patient, you're not as structured as him. He takes time and everything moves much slower for him. Okay, so this is a pretty clear message here in regards to you two and how he feels and how he thinks. Let's see what will happen. Let's see if you guys, it's pretty clear this is a dwindling, fading relationship. So let's see if you will re-spark, reconnect, reignite your relationship. And okay. Yeah, there's a possibility, a very, very great one, that you will reconnect your relationship. You will connect, you will start over. We have the Death card, so transformation for this relationship. Transformation. How will this happen? Through some kind of an unpleasant conversation, maybe like an unpleasant situation. Maybe talking about what happened in the past, talking about, you know, some form of disappointment, betrayal, lie, manipulation, heartbreak, discussing or realizing how heartbreaking something was for someone. He still feels for you. He still has feelings. He still thinks and remembers about you. He still has memories. They are not as strong, not as vivid as they used to be, but they still are there. And there's lack of action. Okay, so he's going to get out of the hermit mode and he's going to start acting. He is going to come through. He's going to reach out. When he finishes something up. He's finishing something up. What is he finishing up? Is it like another relationship? Is it something to do with work? Honestly, I don't know. It could be a variety of different things, but you know, if that resonates, he could be having like some kind of a connection that he wants to wrap up, and then he's gonna reach out because he understands that you want a serious, committed relationship here. He understands that you're not going to accept anything less than that, and he needs to be able to give you that when he reaches out. So he can't at the moment reach out for whatever reason, and it very well possibly could be because he's connected to someone else. Okay, so yeah, but he does plan to reach out to you, and he will. It just might not happen right away, but it could also happen very quickly. All it's showing me as far as timeline is like when he's done. It could be that he gets into another relationship. When it's done, then he'll reach out. Something like that. Doesn't necessarily mean that he's in one right now. All right, okay. Well, thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment your situation. This really helps me grow my channel and continue to do these videos. And see you.